France is threatening to cut off energy supplies to Britain in the coming weeks in a bitter Brexit retaliating attack over fishing licenses. France has been angered by a decision from the UK and Jersey last month to reject dozens of licenses for French boats to fish in their waters, arguing it breaches the Brexit deal. In what the UK government called a disproportionate move, Paris dramatically warned it will block British vessels from some ports next week if the post-Brexit dispute over fishing licenses is not resolved. The French government also suggested it could restrict energy supplies to the Channel Islands if no deal is reached with the UK as relations since the EU departure further soured. A joint statement from the French Ministers for Europe and for Maritime Affairs added that they do not exclude measures targeting energy supplies to Britain in the coming weeks. Number 10 said the threats do not seem to be compatible with international law and vowed an appropriate and calibrated response if Paris does not back down. If an agreement over the licenses is not struck by Tuesday, France said it will block British boats from some ports and tighten checks on vessels travelling between France and the UK. Brexit Minister Lord Frost said, "It is very disappointing that France has felt it necessary to make threats late this evening against the UK fishing industry and seemingly traders more broadly. As we have had no formal communication from the French government on this matter, we will be seeking urgent clarification of their plans. We will consider what further action is necessary in that light," a UK government spokeswoman added. France's threats are disappointing and disproportionate, and not what we would expect from a close allied partner. The measures being threatened do not appear to be compatible with the Trade and Cooperation Agreement and wider international law, and, if carried through, will be met with an appropriate and calibrated response. She said that Britain will express its concerns both to the EU and the French government, and argued that the UK has granted 98% of license applications from European vessels, but the dispute continues over 31 vessels which the UK did not approve licenses for, arguing that they did not have supporting evidence for their applications. On Thursday, France seized a British trawler fishing in its territorial waters without a license and issued a verbal warning to a second vessel. "It's not war, but it is a fight," France's Seas Minister Annick Girardin told RTL Radio. French European Affairs Minister Clement Beaune said France would now use the language of force, as that appeared to be all Britain understood. French maritime gendarmes made multiple checks on fishing vessels off the northern French port of Le Havre overnight, the Maritime Ministry said, as France steps up surveillance during negotiations. The seized trawler, now under the control of French judicial authorities, had been rerouted to Le Havre under a maritime police escort and was tied up on the port's quayside. The vessel's captain could face criminal charges, with his catch confiscated, the ministry added. Additional customs checks on goods travelling between Britain and the continent via the Channel Tunnel and ferries could seriously disrupt trade flows just as businesses stock up for the year-end festive period.